Welcome to the next video. Now you see Oak Green Golf up there. Now I'll be building an engine for it. It was a 1.8KR, it's now 1984cc, head and cams, all that good stuff. Now I've been chasing it idle on it for ages and it was driving me nuts. Really driving me nuts. It's like, what have I done wrong? What's not working? Turns out nothing. Well, something was not working as it should do. The back box. Now I'm going to play two videos. One of which is what the exhaust was sounding like previously, with me hand on the exhaust. Note when I move my hand closer to the tailpipe, it's got that poppiness. Now poppiness that's okay, that's what mine sounds like, but it's the pulsing of that noise. As soon as we move my hand closer, you can really hear the difference. Versus the next video, how it sounds after. Now note, the exhaust noise is still the same, but that flow of air is nice and smooth. Do you want to know why? Here's two pictures after the exhaust I've showed you, and what I'm going to do is cut the back box apart and show you what is wrong with it. And it's appalling. So if you notice on the underside of your car, this is a nice exhaust, and you've got suddenly a warm bit here. Why is that going brown? Why is it starting to burn? I'll tell you why in a minute when we cut it apart. So there we go, we cut it apart. And now we are going to have a look inside. Obviously these are going to be sharp edges, as we just cut through it. Absolutely terrible. Hold on. Back the bigger grips. So, as you can see, there's lots of burnt stuff there. Now, let me just get some gloves on and pull this out, because that's horrible stuff that's going to make me very itchy. Absolutely so bad this is. This isn't the only make, there's another manufacturer. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's got a tail that stings you. That makes it clearer. This one I may have given away by virtue of the video and angle. The other one, like I say, is a little well, it's an animal that's got a sharp bit on its tail. Sounds like peon. Ooh, thought this was a good idea. Just get enough out so you can see what's going on. As you can see, exhaust asses come in here at a great rate of knots, and they come in through there, what you can see, and here's the tailpipe. This is the same on the other side, but that's there and that's there. So the air has got to come in, goes head first into a solid brick wall or metal wall, and then it relies on the pressure building up in this chamber to go out the exhaust. How in the world is that good flowing? You imagine your car at 6,500 to 7,000 RPM. The amount of air coming out there is crazy. But before it can go out, it's got to go through these. It's absolutely shocking. There we go, a bit more of a close-up. So that's the exhaust pipe coming in. It then hits that wall, as you can see, and that's the two pipes. It's got to try and work its way out. And you can see that, like I said, from the heat build-up on these bits of the exhaust either side. absolutely appalling. There you go. So if you've got that brand exhaust on your car, or the one that's of similar era and is that, you know, that reptile, is it reptile? With the stinging tail. They're the same design. Now, from the videos you can see, a decent flowing exhaust should have a constant pressure on your hand of going out. It shouldn't pulse. This, as you can hear from the video, as soon as I put my hand over it, that noise, the exhaust is like bob, 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 bob. Absolutely, that's why, because the air is getting in there and then it's trying to work its way out to get out of the pipes, whilst more air is coming down. That backs up the system, which backs up into the engine, which then means the air can't get through the engine, which then backs into the intake, which then it all backs down and causes running. It's caused it on that car, which is running nice now. Like I said, the little poppiness in a way is the best way I can describe it. You can hear in both exhausts. That's the same as my 16.5. Still that little poppiness, just how it is as an old engine. They're pretty similar engines anyway, with the high lift cams. Obviously we know KJet, high lift cams don't work with KJet because you've got too much overlap, it tries to push the air flap down. But yeah, that is absolutely crap. I don't know what else to say about it. I say, so if you've got one of the cars, have a look under your car. If you've got a Browning part around here on both sides, chances are that is how your exhaust is designed. And if you don't want to do that, just look down the tailpipe with a torch. If you can see straight through the tailpipe into this pipe, then it's a decent design straight through the box. If you look down the tailpipes and you cannot see into this pipe in a straight line, it's not good flowing. Like I say, I'm an advocate for track slag exhaust systems because they're pretty much the best exhaust system you're going to get off the shaft, which fits on the car without messing around. And the flange Matthew's designed on here gives so much resource to tweak and adjust it depending on if you've got a different manifold, because some poor fallback manifolds throw the exhaust off slightly because they're not perfect. And it's bolt straight on, and it's clean flowing, it's not loud, and it's performance. There are others out there, but like I say, I prefer track slag because they work and fit, but that is absolute. There you go. Thought I'd share that with you. I like sharing things I find. I found this because I was racking my brain, so like, why is this car not running? I was going round and round in circles, like, what else can it be? And I remember a guy I spoke to years ago, he had the same problem. And it was the other type with the stingy tail. He gained about, I think it was about 14 brake horsepower at max RPM by changing the back box alone. That's how much difference it can make. Like I say, the other boxes in the car are going to be straight through by virtue of what they are. They're just they're just what they are. The back box is the main bulk of the airflow and getting it out. If it's like that, nice one, that's helpful. So cheers for watching. I'll see you in the next one, which is probably KJet or ragging my Mark II around, or it should really be the white Mark II, because plans have changed with that in a good way. We're not going carbon anymore, we're going KJet turbo. Why? Because we can't, and I can make it work.